Hello. So this is going to be about Irish people, the people I meet in Ireland since coming back. It's going to be about the eschatology or the individuation or the self-actualization system encoded in their brains. As I grew up, I learned to change and approach topics as honestly as I could and as objectively as I could, trying to describe the reality of things and deal with them as they are. And I saw that as a pathway to improvement. Not really consciously, but that's what I tended to do and still do. So over time, I've become much more direct and honest, and I have less and less time for social niceties, polite language, things like you send on emails. I just can't stand them. Like the way the formalities, just doesn't sit with me at all. I can't even fake it anymore. So I used to say things like, "That's crazy," whenever I knew nothing about what I was talking about, because I was scared to give an opinion and didn't want to ruffle any feathers. And that was indicative of my lack of knowledge. But I went away for 10, 15 years and then came back. I had read a lot of philosophy before I came back and other things that I have written and everything. Right? But now I see these Irish people, and this is in cities, not even in towns. I think they're worse in cities. And these people are in their 30s and 40s, and they have the same, even worse. Like, I was a bit different from other people initially, but not as different as I am now. But they are like how I was, but 10 times worse, unchanged, as if nothing's ever happened. They say all the same simple responses to things. They don't take things seriously. They don't analyze its truth, value. They don't describe things. They're just full of social niceties and fake smiles, and they don't want to talk about anything and don't want to give any opinions. And they just say things, "That's crazy," because they're scared to talk about anything. And then the ones that do see problems in Ireland learn over time. Like, they tell me, oh, they were angry at the beginning, and then all of a sudden they just started learning to be quiet and smile and be happy and get along with everybody. So their individuation, their self-actualization. Well, the first person I described, like, that's an average person in Ireland. Like, they're so empty. Most Irish people are empty to the core. It's embarrassing to be Irish. But so you've got that type, they're just empty. And then you've got the other type that I just mentioned that sort of cottoned on to things, problematic. But then their self-actualization process is learning how to just fit in. And they meet a barrier, they meet an obstacle. So they obviously cotton on to what's going on. Then they express their disapproval. People don't like that they disapprove of things. People don't like that those people are unhappier. And people don't like to, be confronted with the truth. They like to live in a bubble. Most people don't live in reality. And these people who notice things are going wrong, that are decaying, start, approaching people and talking about things, and then they get disapproval. And that disapproval pushes them, kicks them back down their little hole, back into their closets or wherever else they hide in. And they learn how to smile and be happy and just pretend they're normal again. So their individuation, the self-actualization, is pretending to fit in and not grabbing the bull by the horns. Yeah, they were taken to the water like the horse. They drank it, and then they had to go back to the other horses and tell the horses that there's water there. But the other horses didn't want to know about the water, So instead of telling them and persisting, they've just learned to say there's no water there. That's what these people are like. And Ireland is full of these people. Like, how can you correct or fix anything if you have people who cotton on to what's going on, learn how, and then learn how to, just fit in and not ruffle anybody's feathers? This is embarrassing. The people that I just described there now is the vast majority of Irish people. They're empty. They have fluoride stares, and they just follow whatever the media tell them. It's embarrassing. They just pretend to not know what's going on. And they pretend everything's crazy. Like an honest statement by Elon Musk. That's crazy. What do you mean? What's crazy about it? I don't know, man. Like, give me an example of why it's crazy. Like, is it, he's mentally insane, or are you saying that as a compliment? I don't know. It's crazy. That's how they respond. That's how Irish people respond. There's no such thing as the fighting Irish. The Irish people are like third-hand English people. That's embarrassing, but it's true. That's what they are. And I don't know if they're ever going to get better, if they're ever going to improve. Like 98% of Irish people took the vaccine. And then you listen to Irish radios, and I never listen to the radio, but I go to the gym and the radio's on. And what's on the radio? The girls like reading out these things like Chad and like Sigma meal, and they're like, oh, that's a bit internety. Even though most people listen to the internet, like most of the stuff they know is from the internet, and then when they don't like something, they say it's a bit internety. I don't understand that. I'm not here, like, I haven't put much thought into it. I'm just speaking. I just switched the camera on. So there's nothing intellectual. If I start to think intellectually about that, I'll be quiet for about a minute. So, yeah, so that's what it's like living in Ireland. If you have a functioning brain and you honestly look at things as they are and you're real, you are literally, you're alone in this country. There's no one else like you. And if there is, they're few and far between. They're miles apart. The Irishman is downtrodden. He lacks intellect. He's a pure conformist. He doesn't think for himself. And yeah, they've probably been like this for a long time. And that's Ireland for you. There's nothing great here anymore. It's dead. It's a dead nation.